We are guardians of the being you know as planet Earth, yet we exist on a sister planet. Earth herself has DNA just like you, and as you activate your DNA, so she will follow. There are many, many planet Earths, all existing in an overlapping quantum universe, mathematically vibrating at 0 point, yet each just a millisecond of a percentage in difference. The scientific ones will understand this as the Schrödinger's cat theory or the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. I can assure you my human vessel has read neither of these books, but the titles were given to her a few years ago from a scientifically minded relative in order that we may use them for communication to those in the field of science. The vessel I use with which to speak also has little awakening in the portion of her human brain that responds to mathematical equations and numbers, so I simply cannot bring forth much more than this in any kind of transcribed legible way. But know to the mathematically minded ones that listen, that Earth and her sisters vibrate on every number known that can possibly be counted and on every mathematical equation until she returns to 0 point. The 5 special shapes of sacred geometry, which are known to this vessel as the Platonic solids, are the building blocks of matter, and from our perspective that is all we see when we look at you. This is brought on a wave of humour to the mathematically minded individuals. You have no idea when you work with those 5 special shapes how absolutely beautiful you are and how wonderfully you sound. I can assure you in all integrity that my human vessel knows nothing of which I speak. There is a reason we have not loaded her left hemisphere with certain logical equation, so we can speak directly to you without interpretation from her. These vastly open right hemisphere conduits in human form with little knowledge of numbers can be of use to you in your work, can they not? And this vessel is not the only one we use. There are many now newly awakened look to the colleges and universities to finally unify the field and attain mastery through true understanding in time for 2012. For all knowledge, when one arrives at the 0 point within the body, is retained. The amount of aware consciousness in humanity within planet Earth will determine to which degree the ascension will swing and where on the seesaw between total destruction to absolute creation will take place. And of course all variants have taken place already and are taking place in one moment, as ascension is a never-ending vibratory point within the all that is, that has no beginning and has no end. Ascension is a musical note playing the most beautiful harmonies the human ear could ever hear. So what does this mean in terms of the third dimensional reality you now exist in? Like a train on a multi-tracked railway, the passengers determine the direction of the journey. All I can say to you from my perspective in this moment, and my perspective is fluid depending on humanity's collective consciousness, is that you are heading for a course somewhere in between destruction and absolute creation in your current timeline. This, of course, is subject to change, and with continued DNA activation within those you call the light workers, we can turn this event into absolute creation of the highest order, experienced totally in third dimensional reality. In order for this to happen, current systems in place must collapse and be rebuilt. It is also the truth to say that each and every human collective being could experience a different variant of ascension to the other. Each exists within their own spiral, their own wave, and resides upon their own individual planet Earth, while remembering the oneness of all that is. So understand the truth of duality and multidimensionality, and yet more light will awaken your DNA structure and your human brain. Such healing and regeneration will take place as never before. You will look younger, be healthier, and literally glow with your light. We can see many of you now like bright shining stars newly born in the night sky. Sending unconditional love and balance to you all, you light workers who know who you are. We are all part of the collective white-winged consciousness of 9.